Alright, so I've been getting some comments on my previous video about how I may be spreading misinformation about VRChat because they need that data to make the core functions of the game work, like animated avatars and stuff, and that putting it in the TOS will please lawyers and shit. And I thought, okay, that's probably a valid point. So I have here several privacy policies from different social sandboxes like VRChat, and I want to compare the language that they use. VRChat is first, and what really sets an alarm off in my head is their wording. We may collect information. Collect. They are collecting the information. That is something that they are keeping. They don't say anything about not storing it. It is safe to assume they are actively collecting and keeping that information. Let's go to Chillout VR and check their privacy policy. Information they collect. Information they share. Cookies, web server logs, IP addresses, social logins, public posting, no information from minors, emails, external processing like managing mailing lists and stuff, legal disclosure. They say personal information, but none of them have anything to do with motion tracking or anything like that. So Chillout VR doesn't have anything like that. Let's check out Neos. Privacy policy on Neos. Personal data about a living individual can be identified from information likely to come in. They don't say anything about tracking. Again, there's nothing about tracking in this. Personal data, email address, first name, all that stuff. Like billing information, pretty much, And of course, the cookies. You always got to get cookies. Unique identifiers and other nothing about tracking. And there's one here that says tracking. But none of it means like movement tracking and stuff. So they don't collect that either. Alright. Let's check Rec Room. Rec Room's pretty popular. What kind of information does Rec Room collect? Identifiers. So all the things, social security number. What the f? Voice data. We may receive your voice data through your microphone. Typically, we do not store this information, although we reserve the right to process your voice data locally in certain public room instances for moderation purposes. That's fair. That's good. That's good. Any such recordings are anonymized and retained for 30 days. Oh, sensory data. Here we go. May receive your voice and animation data derived from your head movement and facial expressions. And they say we do not store this information. They don't say collect when it comes to these things. They say we receive it. Let's check with Resonite. What type of information do they collect? Nothing about tracking or movement. VRChat and Rec Room are the only ones I've seen so far that mention motion tracking data, and Rec Room straight up says they don't store it, they receive it. Whereas VRChat says we may collect information. This is collection and they are keeping the information. That's the red flag for me. Like if they mentioned that they were just going to use it for just, animating avatars, they would have said so. They would have said something like, we don't store this, we just use it to animate. Instead, they say we collect it. So in my honest opinion, what VRChat is doing is still pretty shady to me. I'm coming back to record a bit more because I saw another good comment that was interesting, saying that, well, they need it to improve the platform. That's why they're storing it, so they can analyze it and improve it. That is an interesting point. I looked at it, though, and I don't see anything about... Nothing about anonymity is in this web page. So we may use your personal information to maintain, fix errors in the platform, improve the platform. This would be okay if they made the data anonymous at the very least, but they say nothing about that. That's what gives me the heebie-jeebies.